Yes, guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Ghostoul Podcast, the first one of 2026. That does sound strange saying 2026. Yeah, we have a guest tonight. We have a gentleman that is very well known. He has a very sexy, slippery, spooky voice. He does all the voiceovers in the paranormal. We have Mr. Mark Bonar from Dead Cold Tales. Unfortunately, Facebook is logging him out at the moment and he is unable to join me. He is on it. I am talking to him on the text message. So please bear with us. He will be here. So let's see who's in the building tonight so far. Tracy, hello, hope you're good. Hello, Mickey, hope you're well. Good to see you back. Hello, Mark, hope you're well. Looking forward to the podcast. Thank you. Tim, hi, mate, hope you're good. Hi, Gayla, hope you are well. So, yeah, please excuse, obviously, the the technical difficulties that we are having at the moment. I'm sure Mark will be with us very shortly. So hope you are good. Hope you're well. New videos have been filmed. For those that are wondering, the ghost videos have started again. It's been 4 months since I last did a paranormal investigation. Can you believe that? 4 months. Yes, I know. It's something that we'll actually talk about tonight with Mark. Sorry, Diane. Found the chat of everyone in it. Hi there. See, I post this to 3 different sites, so Facebook and two YouTube channels. So, do apologise. No worries. You probably get silly stuck in the router. Probably. Yes. So what I was saying, one of the reasons why I wasn't filming. Amongst obviously being booked for other things, family stuff, etc., was how I was feeling about the paranormal. Wasn't a good place for me. And obviously, when Mark joins us, he was feeling pretty much the same, and he obviously stepped away from the paranormal. I don't think it was an easy decision for him, but we will see shortly, hopefully, and hope he's doing well after obviously leaving the paranormal field. Hello, hope you're good. Elay. Oh, everyone's jumping in. Oh, there we go. Sarah Thomas, hello. Hi, Mickey. How are you and all in the chat? I am good, thank you, Sarah. Hope you're well. Oh, this I can't even keep up with the comments here. I feel like Justin. Jeremiah, hope you're good. I love it when here he comes. Here he comes. Give me a thumbs up if you're good to come in, Mark. Give me a thumbs up. Yeah, there he goes. There he is.
God almighty, I tell you what, if anything could happen, it could happen.
It's all good, man. It's all good.
What a friggin' nightmare.
Nah, it's all good, man. It's not a problem. We got there in the end.
We did indeed, man. How are you doing?
I'm good, mate. How are you? It's been a while. Long time.
It has been a while, mate. It has been a while. Let me just see if I can do something here. Turn down that. Can you black this stream now? It's black, dark.
Change the light. What, the lighting behind, or?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think so. I'm green at the moment for some reason. I don't know.
You
why.
are. You've got.
I'm a bit green.
You've hulked out.
Yeah. Getting ready for Dr. Doom.
Oh man, yeah, I'm all right, mate. I'm all right. I've had a proper busy day, and I was late getting out of work. Obviously, the weather's been the weather today. It's been absolutely friggin' terrible.
Yeah, tell me about it.
And obviously, I'm on a motorbike getting out of London, and it was just slow. I didn't want to, pedal to the metal because, that's when things go wrong.
Yeah, probably best to slow down a bit, especially in this weather.
First drink of tea tonight. Thanks very much.
Hope you enjoy it.
Oh, I got in. I quickly made something to eat for the me missus and the lad, and
Yeah.
quickly threw something else down my neck. My boy come upstairs and he says, "Dad," he says the cat shit on the carpet. I'm thinking, "For God's sakes, I don't freaking need this."
Oh dear.
God, you can't believe anything. It's just even me good lady was saying, isn't it about time you got up there?
Come on, he's waiting. He's chatting to himself.
Bloody trying here, for God's sakes, trying to clear that shite. Oh God.
So obviously we've advertised this as your return to discuss why you left, etc. But I think it would be good to start with if you let everybody know how it all began in the first place. I think if you can do that for us.
Well, I'll tell you what, Mickey, I'm being perfectly honest here. I was going to write a few notes about this, but I simply just haven't had time. So, as usual, I'm going to fly by the seat of my pants.
That's fine, mate. All good.
First of all, mate, I just want to say a very much thank you to yourself for inviting me on this. I mean, my channel and me, as far as the paranormal is concerned, is, pardon the pun, dead and buried. But that's and for you to actually reach out and say, "Do you want to come on?" I was, thinking, "Wow, well, thanks very much for that." I didn't expect anything like that whatsoever. So, thank you very much.
No problem, mate. Appreciate
it. Where it started was, I always had a bit of a fascination with the paranormal ever since I was a kid.
Yeah,
I always loved ghost stories. I was always shit scared of them. Shit scared of ghosts, scared of the dark as well. When I was a kid, growing up. But yeah, it was. So when we grew up a little bit, long story short, when we grew up a little bit, me and my brother and a couple of mates from around the doors started to have what's called what we called our horror club. Which is basically just like spooky stories, sending each other down the dark lanes, and scaring the wits out of each other. But and it all spanned from there, really. I mean, I've always loved like a good ghost story, whether it be on film or on reading a book. When I do read books, I'm not really much of a reader, to be fair. I'm more of a visual person. That's where it all started, and then cut to the chase. As we all grew up with Most Haunted. As I'm sure you did as well, Mickey.
Yeah, got me into
it. So I used to believe everything they'd everybody tell you, being a full unbeliever, and very naive. So after that, I just got into, I don't know, but it was a long time since I actually started doing the YouTube stuff. I've basically started YouTube in lockdown, or just before. No, it was actually just before lockdown. So it was about 6 months before lockdown, the first one in the UK, and that freaking reflecting light off my glasses is doing my head in. I just decided I was gonna after watching, and I know a lot of people have probably heard me say this, but after watching, I settled on watching the Ouija Brothers on YouTube. After watching a few other ones, which now will remain nameless because I'm not going to call them out because they're actually a load of fakers, and I did actually believe them as well. But but after I started watching the Ouija Brothers, I'm thinking, well, they're not getting much, but I'm still kind of enjoying their content. I found it more believable, even though the other channels were like, oh, there's a shadow, there's something there. I've heard this, I've heard that. I saw a dark shadow. Something's just touched me. That kind of routine all the time. I just thought theirs was quite refreshing, to be fair. So after bending Steve's ear for quite a few months, he said, well, the only way you're ever going to do it is actually get out there and do it yourself.
Yeah.
He says you're only ever going to find out if it's real if you get out there for yourself and do it and do it. So that's what I decided to do. I said, I know nothing about YouTube, as in like setting up a channel. I know nothing about editing, which I've always like been eternally grateful for Steve for actually helping me out with that. Because again, I must have badgered him something serious. He must have been sick to death of me in the end, badgering him about how do I do this, how do I do that, how do I do this. And to be fair to him, he actually he talked me a lot through it. So congrats to him, and yeah, he's been a good friend ever since. But yeah, did my own stuff for about 4.5 years, I think. The last proper video that I brought out was Woodchester Mansion, which after seeing that 1 year ago was always like a bit of a bucket list item for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, after I did Woodchester Mansion, I thought things started, shall we say, going a bit downhill. So that's me in a nutshell. To be fair, from my early teens up until I am there now, and I'm 54 next month.
Don't look a day over 45.
The check's in the post, mate.
Cheers. So obviously, you mentioned Woodchester Mansion there.
Yeah.
What happened on that evening, or was it something actually on that night itself, or was it a slow build up? And that feeling came to you when you thought, I probably should step away.
It was a feeling that's been built up for a while. Okay. And I hate to say it, but I always wanted to go and do East Drive.
Yeah.
And it took me ages to get that video out that I did. Absolutely ages. I was such a stickler for it. And then going to do it with Steve and Griff as well, and obviously my mate Steve, that comes along, that used to come along with me now and again. He actually drove us there, so that video wouldn't have actually happened if it wasn't for him. So I always said this massive thanks to Steve. I've got a lot of things to thank for Steve for him getting us both to these venues. So Woodchester was another one. Wouldn't have got to Woodchester if it wasn't for him. But yeah, great bloke, and we do still talk now and again, but not so much. But nothing to do with, we haven't fallen out or anything. It's just he's gone his way and I've gone mine.
It's life, isn't it? Life gets in the way sometimes.
It does. And we just still talk now and again. But he's an absolutely fantastic bloke. He really is. I had a lot of time for him, and always will have. So yeah, that's what happened after Woodchester was. I got a bit like editing videos burnout, and I just thought I can't be asked doing this anymore. I mean, I made that intro that I did for Woodchester Mansion probably took me, and I know it's only like the intro was probably only like 2 or 3 minutes long, but that intro probably took me nearly as much time to put that one together than it did to put together the whole video for Woodchester Mansion.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make a really good fist of it, because I always loved the intros.
That's your showpiece, isn't it, for your video?
It is.
Yeah.
It's the intro to the video as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
If you want to explain something about the venue that you go to, then what better to do it and try and sum it up in like a 2 or 3 minute video with drone shots or slow moving footage or like sunset shots, wildlife, all that kind of stuff. Fantastic shots of the architecture, and that to me is what it's all about. Whilst I'm trying to like obviously narrate over the top of it. So yeah, that for me is what I like as an intro to try and explain what the venue is all about and what its history, like a brief overview of its history and potentially its hauntings as well. It's documented hauntings anyway. But yeah, I after that I did a few. Now, what did I do? I did something with Beardo. Beardo and Nick Lamley from Walking the Weird, who seems to be not doing her channel anymore now. Unfortunately, because she was fantastic as well. And the lads from DPI, Dorset Paranormal Investigators, they all came to me. So, and I took them to where did I take them? Oh, for God's sakes, I can't remember. I've been there several times there, to be fair. It's a ruin in Bedfordshire.
Oh, Houghton House. Yeah.
Eh?
Houghton House.
Yes, that's the one.
Houghton
Yes.
House. Yeah, in Amtil. Yeah.
Yes. So I took him there, and we had a great old time, to be fair. But obviously I'd been there before, and I got the camera out, and I was going to start making a video, and I just thought, I can't be arsed with this. I'm just going to enjoy the night for what it is.
Yeah.
So I just turned my camera off, and I saw Dale afterwards, and he said, about a week or so afterwards, and he says, "You're not going to make a video with that, are you?" I says, "No." I says, "I'm not." I said, "I didn't get enough footage, to be fair, so I couldn't be bothered." He said, "I think I know what you're going to say." I says, "Yeah." I said, "I think I know what you're going to hear me say as well." I says, "I can't be bothered with this anymore now. I think I've seen it and I've done it. As far as what I wanted to probably get out of like the paranormal and what it actually meant to me, try to find out what's going on." But yeah, that was it for me. So I decided like to do Dead Cold Tales. Did a few ones for that, the Lantern Worm video, which did really well, and then did another video at the beginning of last year called, what was that one called? That was the Legend of Piers Shonks, which is just like the best name ever. How could you not build a story around a name that's called your name's called Piers Shonks in Legend? My God, what a fantastic name that is. But I really enjoyed that video, and that video took me a long time to put together as well. I mean, I'd filmed for 2 days. And even went back there a third time to get some more aerial footage.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's a real tiny little village, but there was lots of story. The story was around the whole village, not just in one particular place. So I really enjoyed that, to be fair. But it was hard work putting it together. I just thought, well, I've gone and done it again. I promised myself I wouldn't actually make in-depth videos, and I've gone and burnt myself out again. I just can't be. I've got to try and find a way of simply doing them, but I just can't help myself. Once I get into it, I'm thinking, well, I'm not quite happy with that. I've really got to put a bit more effort into it, and I've got to show them this, got to show them that. If you've got to tell a story, you might as well tell it to, I think anyway, the best of your ability.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, you're only as good as your last job, as they always say.
Yep.
I'd like to think that I did a decent. I'm going to blow my own trumpet, and that's one of my favourite videos that I put out. Unfortunately, the channel was already starting to take a downturn, and it wasn't really getting the views. Obviously, I had very long spells in between putting out videos, so you've got to try and keep up momentum, haven't you?
That's the problem.
As you well know, for YouTube, you've got to feed that algorithm, but because it's a hungry beast, and I just thought to myself, I can't even bother to keep her up anymore. I just, I put out things when I can, but then I started thinking that the channel that I first started was mainly still paranormal based.
Yeah.
Because that's the majority of what's on the channel, and that's what a lot of people came to watch, was investigations that I'd go to these places, if you want to call them investigations anyway. We all do these investigations, but are they actual investigations, or are we just copying what we've seen on the TV?
I'd say that no one is better than anyone else with investigations. People can use different techniques, different equipment, different aids, as it were.
Yeah.
But who's to say that way is better than this way?
Oh yeah,
It's all into interpretation, what you enjoy. So there might be there's videos that I watch of people that I enjoy, but I don't investigate that way.
Yeah.
So it's a give and take, really. I think.
At the end of the day, Mickey, you've got to actually be there to actually experience it. And if you don't go to these places, these supposed, in inverted commas. Hi, Diane. Sorry, I've not even said hello to chat. I do apologise, chat. Hello there. How are you doing?
We've got lots in the chat.
Diane is a wonderful lady. She did help me out a lot, to be fair, Diane. She's given me a lot of insight on a lot of things, and she's an absolute goddamn legend. One of the best if you want to call them, knowledgeable investigators and historians as well, that I have had the pleasure of hanging with. She's a goddamn legend. She is.
Yeah, she's
And we
awesome.
did have some fantastic nights at as I see you've been there as well, haven't you, Mickey, at Moot Hall?
Yeah,
Yep.
very interesting. Definitely.
Yep.
Oh, he's back. There we are. So Ali's got a comment. We try our best to edit intros to our videos, like a little teaser trailer at the beginning of each episode.
Yeah.
And I know Ali goes very in depth, and he puts awesome videos together. So, but yeah, that's what it's all about. It's what you think is good enough and what you're happy with. And obviously, that does take time. That does take time out your personal life. Sometimes your work life as well.
Yeah.
Because it might be affecting it if you're back late from investigating, and you're tired the next day for work. It does affect us, and that's one of the reasons that, like you say, people do leave. They don't always stay. But was it a difficult decision to leave?
It was.
Yeah.
I feel like I initially felt, and I talked to, I know Lorian's in there as well. I see Lorian, and I also see. Did I see the Right Honourable Claire? Don't Scare Claire was in before as well, wasn't she?
Yes,
still there?
yes,
She's still hanging around.
Possibly.
I have talked to both of them about this because obviously we still meet up and have some great old weekends with everybody. It's legendary weekends with Lorian and Kev and Claire and David and the parallel activities guys as well. Just awesome people. I've so much time for them. It's unbelievable. I talked to Lorian and Kev about this, and I said, I was always afraid that if I left the channel, then I'm gonna, I'll not see people again that I've met over the 4 or so years that I've actually been doing it, and I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed my time doing it. I am quite cynical about it these days, as Lorian just said there before. Yes, I am. I've become a very grumpy old twat, to be fair. But sorry for swearing on your.
That's fine, mate. Yeah, you swear away. It's all good, mate.
No, it's and I've become. It's almost to the point that I can't even really watch investigations on YouTube anymore. I think I just got fed up of seeing it so much. I mean, I see so many. I want to be careful what I say here because I don't really want to upset anybody. But I see so many investigators just doing the same thing. It's the same thing, rinse and repeat all the time, and I include myself in that one as well. It's if we're all out there having a great time, that's fantastic. But if for me, it was never about becoming famous or making shed loads of money out of it. I mean, you don't really get a lot of money from actually making money at YouTube because YouTube takes a freaking good chunk out of it. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I mean, you are using their platform, it's like One in the World, and you're using it for free. So why shouldn't they take a big old chunk? But still, they do take a big chunk. So you don't actually make that much money out of them unless you're plowing out videos like I don't know what, and they're really popular.
Yeah.
I just got so fed up of seeing people's investigations. I don't, and again, I go back to my original investigators I used to watch, the Ouija Brothers. I rarely even watch them these days, and that is no slur on them whatsoever because they are. I still regard them as the benchmark of. That's just my opinion. Other people will have their own. The benchmark of YouTube paranormal investigations, with Ghosts on Trent becoming pretty much on par with them as well, if not the same, because Paul and Mark there are absolutely fantastic blokes as well. I've never met them in the flesh, but we've talked so much. I even sold my Melrem to Paul from Ghost on Trent. So if you see any Ghost on Trent videos with the Melrem in the background, you know where it came from.
That's mine.
That's mine, I tell you.
Wow.
No, go on.
Did it affect your mental health, do you think? The late nights, the stress of trying to make sure your video was as good as you could get it. The time you put into it.
I say no, but I think it probably did. You put your heart and soul into some of these videos, or I definitely did. Um, always put out a video as best as I could possibly make it out of the footage that I actually had. And I always stand by that, no matter what comments might come my way. But I've kind of avoided a lot of the flack that you get in the paranormal these days, which is good. Which is because I can take criticism, no problem at all. But for people just like trolling you all the time or whatever, it's just I can't be done with it. And there just seems to be so much of it going on in the paranormal world these days. It's just unbelievable. I know I still watch Beto, and the amount of crap that he has to deal with on seemingly a daily basis is just like I was talking to him just the other night. I says, I don't know how you do it. I really don't know how you actually put up for so long. That's not how I choose to make money.
No, well, he's just lost his channel, didn't he? But then he got it back. He got
it back, yeah.
Like Ouija Brothers did with the crypto scammers.
Yeah.
He got it back a lot quicker than they did.
Yeah.
So maybe they've improved how they help the channels. I don't know.
Yeah. It'd be good. It's good of YouTube actually, to be seeing as like at least they're on like the creator side. As long as they've got a good, they can see what's happening. I mean, you're powerless. I was talking to Claire about it, and I was saying, it says your channel is a similar size to Beardo's. I said, you need to actually see if you can do whatever you can to like stop this from happening. I said, I'd hate to think it happened to you as well. But she says we already do. We've got the two-factor authentication, and paid for password changes and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So, which Beardo had as well. And they still got past it all.
Yeah, it's shocking, isn't it? Especially when like not everyone uses that as their main income, but some people do, and the bigger they get, obviously the more money they will generate, and from however YouTube works. And when that's taken away from you suddenly, that would affect you. It's not only paranormal content. Obviously, anybody that does YouTube, any sort of genre, etc. It's a scary thing, really, just to put all your eggs. I suppose in that basket once you reach that certain level, anyway.
Yeah. I mean, it's taken away people's livelihood.
It is. Bills to pay.
To pay. That's now Dale's income. His channel. I don't know his wife works as well, but I don't know what kind of. I don't know what she does as a living, but obviously, like you got Steve, that's his living for his family as well. He's got kids and a wife as well. So as Dale has as well, I suppose. But yeah, it's horrible to have that taken away from you, and there's nothing you can do about it.
No. Bob has got a question. Are you going to do any more of the historical tales, Mark? They were excellent.
Thanks, Bubba, for that question. I am going to do when I have time. I was just talking to you the other day, Mickey, about this. But I'm starting up a new YouTube channel. Well, I've actually already started. To be fair, it's actually live, but
exclusive.
It is live. But there's nothing on it. I've just basically set the whole thing up. I've done like all the banner art, all that kind of stuff. So so it is like it's a thing there now. But there's nothing on it, and I'm not going to really. I'm not being like arsey or like anything about it. But it's just I'd prefer to have something on there for somebody to watch, or if they want to watch, rather than have like a channel with nothing on it whatsoever. And I'd prefer to have something new for them to watch, because I am eventually as well. Once I start to get into the crux of things, I'll get a few new videos out there, and I'll take off some of my stories from that I've put on my Dead Cold channel, and I'm going to put them on my new channel because I think they'll fit there better, or I personally feel they'll fit there better than what they will on a paranormal channel. So yeah, that's that will be it. So it's going to be under a new name, new channel, and it's just going to be all me visiting locations and trying to tell the stories from these locations. Because going back to like what you were talking about before about what started me off, Mickey, that's
Yeah.
one of the reasons why I got into the paranormal, because I really love the stories that go with these locations. Some of them are some of them are just very short stories. Like they'll be like 5 minutes long, if that. Some of them, like the Pia Shonks one, can go on for quite some time, and especially if you're gonna go to locations and it's got multiple sites, like the Pia Shonks one did. So yeah, it's basically I'm basing the new channel around folklore stories of locations, and I intend to visit as many locations as I can and tell the stories from there.
See, I think that's a great idea
Yeah.
because you see that on telly, like on the shows on like Channel 4, the History Channel. You see people going to locations. They do the little voiceover. They do the like the walk round.
Yeah.
Depending on the location, they interview people that are there, that are involved, that know the story. So I think that's a great angle
Yeah.
to get hooked on. To be fair, I think that'd be great.
I see Tim's trying to weasel the new channel name out of me. How are you doing, Tim? Nice to see you, mate. He's another great bloke. I've only had the pleasure of meeting Tim once before, but we've been friends ever since. And he makes some damn fine beers as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Have to pop round Tim's house then.
Yeah.
So obviously you said you did lots of investigations, and from talking to you and knowing you over the years, this question will obviously not really apply to you. But did you ever feel pressure to deliver activity, as it were, like certain teams do? Again, another pressure for YouTube to keep up your content. You need to make it like active to keep people coming back watching. Did you ever feel the pressure? Obviously,
I never actually felt the pressure of trying to prove there was something there.
no.
Because basically you're lying to yourself.
Mm.
If you're trying to from my personal point of view anyway, if you're trying to jump at every single goddamn noise, make a mountain out of a molehill of every single shadow you might see, which let's face it, 100% of the time are just like shadows that are there anyway, and you've just picked them up, and your mind is playing tricks with you.
Yeah.
So I really don't believe. Some people. I personally think the paranormal. If the paranormal is real, it's as rare as hen's teeth. It really is. It's so rare that these YouTube channels that actually can get activity wherever they go to is, I might say I'm quite jealous of that, to be fair, because I don't know what I was doing wrong, if that was the case, Miggy. I don't know about you, but obviously I've watched a fair few of yours in the past, and you don't get a great deal of activity either.
No.
So why? I mean, that's for me. That was so the pressure for me, as in getting results from the location we went to, was never ever. It was a little bit disappointing that sometimes you never got anything at all. But then the more I did it, the more I never got nothing. So I mean, Uology. That's it's Claire's. Uology Media is who's is it? Sorry, Uology. Is it Val? I can't remember there now. I have talked to him. He's a very nice bloke, and he has helped me out a lot. But he's Claire's editor.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, great, very nice chap, and very informative. Nice to see you, mate.
Yeah. Welcome along. Stacey said, will you be changing the name of your Facebook page?
Yes. So hiya, Stacey. So the Facebook page.
How?
Hal, not Val. Sorry, Hal.
Nearly.
I'm getting old. I'm getting old, Hal. I just forget these things. The cobwebs in the brain these days, and they're just getting more and more. But the Yes, just going back to Stacey's question, I will be changing the name of the Facebook and Instagram channel to the new channel name.
Is that going to be when it's live with a video? I
Yeah,
take it. Yeah.
yeah,
And you can promote it on there, I suppose.
yeah, definitely. So I'm
Thank you.
kind of hoping. As I was talking to you about before, Mickey. I tried to get out over Christmas time and New Year, but it was just so busy over Christmas and New Year that I never got a chance to do it. So I was kind of hoping I would probably be editing something by now,
Yeah.
but I just haven't had the time. And the weather is since New Year came, the weather's been absolutely atrocious.
Shocking, isn't it?
It's the cobwebs. They definitely are, Hal. Definitely are.
Sorry, Alice. If it's there, it's there, and if it's not, it's not. Simple. But you've got to
Yeah.
investigate beyond 2 hours and actually review footage properly as you edit. It's a lengthy process, but what is required? Yeah, exactly. Editing takes, like, when I go out filming, most of the time I've got like 6-7 hours of footage,
Yeah.
and once I put it all on there, so it takes days to edit because
Oh
I'm
yeah.
obviously busy with family, friends, work,
Yeah.
and it's like, it takes like 2-3 weeks maybe to edit a video, unless I've got lots of free time and I'm off work or something and I can do it quickly.
Yeah.
But it takes such a long process, and it does take a lot of time up,
It does. Because I've spent days editing some of my videos, and I've lost whole weekends just editing. I haven't lost
Yeah.
them, but you're doing it because you like doing it. And I think once you actually, if you get fed up with editing, then you're on a high into nothing then, because you've got to edit to get the videos out. So you've got to do it, man. You've got to do it.
Well, that's creating your baby, isn't it? This is your
It
vision.
is.
This is what you're making. This is what you want everyone to see.
Yeah, yeah.
You know.
If you're passionate about it, I think it shows. And that's another reason why I didn't want to make any more paranormal investigation videos, because I felt like my passion had died in it.
Yeah.
I don't know, I've had a few people have said to me that, well, you're not gonna. It's just the little things. You don't need. I've had a couple of people say to me, "You're just probably looking for the wrong thing, or you're looking for the big thing." I says, "Well, I'm not. I'm actually just looking for anything. To be fair,
Anything. Yeah.
anything that's viable that I think could interpret it as paranormal activity or contact or whatever it might be." But I mean, as I said before, I have been always a big fan of ghosts. I've always believed there was such thing as ghosts. So after I did it for 4.5 years, I found pretty much nothing, and that's all I can base my experiences on. I'm not going to keep on flogging a dead horse if my passion's died in it, because then that shows in what you're doing on the video, and
Yes, it comes across, doesn't it? Yeah.
I prefer to put my energy into something else rather than just like going on paranormal investigations, talking to walls, talking to thin air, and getting absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Plus, going to places now as well, it costs a lot of money.
It does. That's why abandoned places are coming back, because they're free and everyone's just charging the earth for stupid locations that aren't worth it.
But I've seen a couple of folks on YouTube that I used to watch and still do from time to time. So what do you call them? Staffordshire Paranormal Explorers.
Yeah.
And the ones on the Paranormal by the Sea.
Yeah.
Both I've seen in their Facebook posts towards the back end of last year, saying that they're going to cut down a lot and eventually stop doing abandoned places, because they feel it's like, it's either unsafe, there's a health hazards there, and I personally think, I know I'm gonna be a big hypocrite here as well. It is an expensive hobby, Tim, definitely. And exactly, camera access. They charge you if you're going to go. Because Hal's right there in what he says. I can't remember which one it was there now. It was one in there. I think it was one in Bedfordshire. It was a museum in Bedfordshire, and I can't remember what the hell it was called. If you wanted to go there and do an investigation, it wouldn't. You could get it. You could get the place for fairly reasonable. But if you wanted to film there, then it would be astronomical. And they wanted insurances as well.
Wow.
You know, for like personal liability insurances.
Yeah. I thought that was only America that charged extra for to film there. Apart from Hellfire Caves, I think Hellfire Caves have always done that.
Yeah.
But it's like, sorry, but if I'm booking the location, apart from breaking your location, I will do whatever I want to do in your location, as long as it's to do with why I'm hiring it.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be charging me every time I get a camera out extra. No way.
Yeah.
Not going to happen. I would never do that. Yeah. And I hope the companies and places that do that don't, get a lot of bookings for that, because that's not on. You already charge us enough to hire it, and soon ghost hunting will die out.
Yeah,
I think. Maybe 5 years. I mean, I've been doing this since 2008, and I've not been on investigation since middle of September. I've never had this long break. And
why is that? Why is that, Mickey? You think?
Why is it? Because don't know. I just can't be asked.
Exactly.
The whole of last year, I worked so hard in August, September to get videos ready for Halloween, and I smashed Halloween out.
Yeah.
And basically, since Halloween, all I've done is this podcast.
Yeah.
And I love this podcast, so that's fine for me. But people that have followed me for years have not known me for this podcast, so I feel guilty and I feel bad that people are not getting sort of what they know me for, sort of thing.
Yeah.
But this year I'll be back out. But up until this Christmas and that, I just didn't. If I was booked, family things, couldn't go out.
Yeah.
But other times I could go out and I just didn't want to, because I can't be asked. And that's really sad. I've never, like your passion was dying. I think mine maybe is as well. I'm not sure. Which is really, it's a real shame.
It is a shame, but I don't know. That there's an end to everything, mate. As I said in my final video on my channel, which you can go, sorry, my final story on my channel for good old Jenny Greenteeth.
Brilliant name.
Great. I love that story, to be fair. It's great. It's a great little story. I mean, I padded it out a bit, kind of thing, with some of my own childhood kind of like stuff, but that poem at the end that Fable Feast did, the YouTube channel, and I took it directly from them, and I credited them accordingly, because what they've done, Fable Feast. I mean, I don't think they actually. I emailed them and asked them if I could use their poem but I emailed them a couple of times and I had no reply. Left messages for them as well and nothing. But I noticed the last video they did was about 3, possibly even 4 years ago. That's on their channel, so they may have just left it and it's just there, like, for people to view whatever they want. But what they did for Jenny Greenteeth, their poem was, and the animation that went with it is just absolutely superb. Fable Feast. I implore people to check it out. Very odd, but very good.
Yeah.
But I like that kind of stuff. It's very individual.
Yeah. So obviously you said that. Did your beliefs change since you've left the paranormal? So you basically decided, I'm going into this to see if spirits, ghosts are real, if there's an afterlife. I tried this for 4.5 years, didn't really get nothing, so I'm out. Yeah. And I take it you don't believe. No, is that the case, or could you be swayed?
I can always be swayed, but for my own personal standpoint right now, I don't actually believe that ghosts and spirits are real. I believe that they are very real for the people that actually see them, But then that to me is a very powerful emotion of the mind, and I think the mind and the brain have a lot to do with it. But that's just my personal point of view, and everybody else is welcome to theirs. I'm not going to discredit anyone that says, "Well, I saw this," and then ever since I've actually done this, I've had people come to me, people I work with, that used to take the piss out of me when they first realised that I actually did a YouTube channel to do with ghost hunting, and then those same people a year or so down the line come to me and said, "I've had this thing. I want to tell you. Can I ask you something?" They always come to you and say, "Can I ask you something, Mark, about ghost hunting?" I'm thinking, "Yeah, go on then." And he says, "I saw something once at the end of my bed," and he's like, he says, "Are you sure?" I says, "Are you sure it wasn't like one of your children, or you just woken up for a bad dream or something like that?" Because you always hear that, don't you? "I just woke up and there was a figure at the end of the bed."
Yeah, your nan or something, granddad.
But and even my mum has said the same. When she was growing up as a child, she saw a figure in the room, who she didn't know, and she described this figure to me to her mum, and said it was and they said it was her mum's grandma.
Oh, wow.
So, if that's the case, I mean, I don't know. Again, but my mum explaining it to her mum, it could be misinterpreted all the way, because my mum might not be. Obviously, she's seen things in the dark.
Yeah.
Hasn't seen things in broad daylight, and then she's trying to explain it to me, to my grandma, and then she's interpreted it a different way as well. She's thinking, "Oh, well, that could be your grandma," blah blah blah. But there's always there's nothing ever solid about ghosts and spirits, that kind of thing. So yeah, for me, at this current moment in time, I do not believe there are such things, which is a bit of a shame, because as I said before, Mickey, I was a full unbeliever.
So if you did see a spirit somewhere in your house, maybe, or work or whatever, would that change your mind and bring you back? Could it bring you back?
Yeah, probably could, yeah.
And you're like, "Oh my God, this is real," Where's my camera?
I see. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I see Kev in the chat there. How you doing, Kev? Absolutely fantastic bloke, Mr. Kev Kerr.
Yeah.
And has become a really good friend over the years. But I've talked to him about many things like this.
Yeah.
He would come back. Only if you hold my hand, mate. Oh, Christ, we've had some freaking laughs together, we have.
Yeah.
My voice went to a different octave when we were up at Tewkesbury with sitting with them in the living room playing Crimes Against Humanity. God Almighty!
Oh, that's a good game.
I don't think I've ever laughed so hard in all my life. But yeah, I had some great old conversations with Kev about the whole thing as well. He's a very level-headed chap. But yeah, it's as I say, it ain't for me. And I did say this one to Kev and Lorien once. So I was actually at work just off Edgware Road. I was working. Where was I working? I was working at a place just off Edgware Road, on Firscroft, just off Edgware Road in London, if you know it. And I've gone up to the builders merchant, the Leyland builders merchant, and I come out of there. And if you know Edgware Road and the area around that area, it's very multicultural, shall we say? There's a lot of there's a big Muslim community there. Yeah. So the people on the street, the faces you see in the street reflect that. So I come out of there, and literally about 10 paces down from there, there's a zebra crossing, and I sees this girl at the zebra crossing. She is as blonde hair, white. She's got a Victorian bonnet on her head, and she's in Victorian dress. And I kid you not, I walked past. She didn't see me because she was obviously looking in the direction she's looking to across the zebra crossing.
Yeah.
I kept on walking. I'm thinking, that's a strange thing to see in an area like that.
Yeah.
And I kept on walking, I kept on looking back, and then eventually she crossed the road, and obviously I kept on walking and never saw her again. But I never saw her again. I mean, I was at that site for I must be at that site for about 6 months, and I never saw her again. But I did find out about a month after that there is a theatre school very, very close to where I was working. So I'm wondering if she came out of there dressed accordingly. We can all dream, Mickey, that I might have actually just seen the Victorian ghost in Edgware Road in London.
But then again, if it was a Victorian ghost, that crossing wouldn't be there.
It wouldn't.
She wouldn't stop for a car.
She wouldn't. She'd just walk straight across. There we go.
And she'd get run over.
Yeah. And become a ghost.
Yeah.
In Victorian dress.
Yeah, she's already dressed for the part. You never know, though. That's the thing. How many times you probably have seen a ghost? If ghosts do actually exist, how many times do we see people? We don't go and prod them to make sure they're real. This is people more likely see ghosts in the daytime when you're going about doing your normal things than you are to go into a building at night when it's dark, in the quiet, talking to the walls.
Yeah,
you're more likely to see them. It's just the fact that we expect everyone we see to be a human and to be alive.
Yeah.
It's when people see these apparitions and then they vanish in front of them in the daytime. It's like, oh my god.
Yeah.
That is when, but that's more likely to happen than capturing anything at night time on an investigation, really.
Yeah. And cheers, Kev. See you soon, man.
No. Sleep tight. Don't let the ghost bite.
You don't have your toes dangling on the edge of the bed.
Yeah, they get you.
I don't know if I've told you this story or not, Mickey. So please stop me if you do.
Okay.
I got a very intimate viewing. It was a viewing. I basically went to the. My good lady actually sent me this link. It was for a talk in the Charles Dickens Museum in London.
Wow.
And it's a very, very small venue. And I'm talking like maybe 25, possibly even 30 seats in this room. And it was and Danny Robbins was doing the talk with the lady who owns the Charles Dickens Museum, who's a relative or a bygone relative of the of Charles Dickens. I had a few conversations. This is before Danny became quite famous. To be fair, this was not long after the Battersea Poltergeist came out.
Oh right,
so we're going back some years here now. We're probably going back 4 years there now. So I did actually message Danny now and again, and he would actually reply to me, which was really good. And he would have conversations. It was great to actually talk to over text.
Very passionate.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
100%. And really nice bloke to talk to as well. So anyway, I went to this venue because it was a free ticketed event, but you just had to actually get there, register yourself, and hopefully you get a ticket. So I got a ticket, and he'd seen a few photographs of me because I actually went to the Battersea Poltergeist scene. You might see Danny Robbins in the Battersea Poltergeist story on BBC Sounds. If the picture's still there, he's kneeling down at a sign, which the street is.
Yeah.
Right by. So I went there because I was working in Battersea at the time when the story came out, and I thought I've got to try and find out where this street was. So I found it, and I knelt down in front of it. I set up my camera and my little tripod on my phone, and set it up. And I knelt down in exactly the same place as what he did, and I took the photograph, and I posted it on social media, and and I tagged him in, and he says, "That's the best." He replied to me saying, "That's the best Danny Robbins Bassi Poltergeist post I have ever seen." He said, and he signed one of the haunted magazines that I've got saying so.
Oh wow!
But long story short, anyway, I'm babbling on. So after the event, he waved at me, kind of thing, and he says, "Come over." So everyone was going out. I went and sat down and we had a chat room for like 15 minutes, something like that, just like a one-to-one chat. And Andy's cartoonist was there as well, so I had a bit of a chat with her. So I said to him like what I do and this, that, and the other. I hadn't long started. I'd been doing paranormal investigations for about a year. And I said to him, I said, "Will you ever go on one?" He said, "Yeah." He says, "I've been on a few before," but he said, "In all honesty, he said, I don't do them because for me, and do apologise, Danny, if I'm quoting you wrong here, if you watch this, but he says, for me, he says, I'm always ends up in disappointment because if you're true to yourself, you're not going to find anything." He says that one of the reasons why I do these stories is because you already have the beginning, the middle, and the end of the and you're always going to be, well, not always, because it depends on how well you write the story, but you're always going to be looking forward to enjoying that story. Whereas like with ghost hunting, it invariably ends in disappointment 99% of the time, in my humble opinion.
Excuse me. Yeah, it is like that a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Like, how many times do you go out, or you did go out, and well, that was quiet. You go to an amazing location, you pay all this money, and it's just okay. Well, let's see what we got. We'll have a look at the video and see if we did capture anything.
Yeah.
And most of the time, you don't. But I suppose it depends what you're after. If you're after an experience, then just enjoy the moment. If you're after amazing footage to be world famous, capturing ghosts, then you probably, like you say, you're going to be disappointed most of the time.
Yeah.
Unless you fake it.
And I was going to say, and if you are going to do that to actually just make yourself big and famous, you're going to have to fake it, basically.
Exactly. I think, sorry.
So, for instance, TV programs, they need results all the time. So every episode something has to happen.
Yeah.
And that's where I think a lot of, from my personal point of view, that's where a lot of YouTube channels let themselves down, because they fall into the same vein, and all they're doing is do jump scares and faking stuff left, right, and centre just to try and get results.
Do you think that social media plays a part in that? Because obviously they're sharing all their posts, their pictures, their little clips, their videos, and it's putting pressure on them to, like you say, get evidence.
A lot of people want their 5 minutes of fame. I mean, I'm not going to deny it. When the channel when my channel was starting to build up, I was thinking, it was always in the back of my mind thinking, Jesus, can I do this for a living? I can see the numbers building. I'm thinking, I never expected this. I never even expected to get past the 50 subscribers. And there I am at the pinnacle. I think I had about 5,600 or something like that at the beginning. Obviously, a lot of people have left there now because the channel's not doing anything, which is fine, perfectly fine. There's plenty of other there's still a good handful of other honest YouTube channels that still do their thing, and more power to them.
But you see, you're going to enjoy your new journey with your new channel, watching it grow, putting your passions reignited, putting all the effort in, doing the stories, doing the videos, promoting it on social media, and that I've recently done that with my cemetery channel, and my cemetery channel is doing really well. It's blown up quite quickly, to be fair, and I'm really happy and pleased. And it's a niche market, and I think ghost hunting is so. There's so many teams out there. There's so many public events teams. There's so many YouTubers. There's so many investigators, and you're just trying to get above everybody else. Trying to climb the ladder just to get noticed. And unfortunately, people have resulted in faking stuff to get where they need to be or where they want to be. But
Yeah.
people have found out. You have teams that turn up, they're here for a year, 2 years, realise they're not going to make the money they think they're going to make, and they disappear.
Yeah.
And you see these teams all the time. A lot of them are on TikTok now. They start on TikTok and then they grow into YouTube, and then they realise it's going not as well as they think, and then they go and do something else.
Yeah. Yeah.
So unfortunately, but like I said, your channel, you'll love that once you get that up and running. Once you start filming the first episode, you get the buzz back, and you'll be loving it, mate.
Yeah, man. I'm actually looking for. There he is.
Yeah, Mr. Free, isn't he?
The right honourable Mr. John Smith.
Yeah.
An absolutely fantastic bloke, he really is. Big hugs, fella. Big hugs.
Yeah.
So I will enjoy it as soon as I start getting back into it. I mean, I thought I was going to get out the previous weekend, but again, the weather ended up being bloody terrible. we had obviously storm.
Yes. Yeah.
I even, like, on the Thursday, I actually charged my camera up, charged my drone, charged all me bits and pieces that I needed to do so I could go out and do it. And then obviously that happened, and I thought, well, that's it, gone. I decided to stop indoors, and then I made a shed load of hot sauces.
So Tim's got to go. But before I do, question mark: how's the beer kit going?
Tim, I tell you what, Tim. Being honest, it hasn't actually gone yet. I was talking to Tim over the Christmas and New Year. He said, because I got my son a beer making kit for Christmas. We were going to do it together, and I haven't actually got around to do it yet, because I was going to do it at the weekend, but then I got into making all my chili sauces, so that basically kiboshed the whole weekend. But no, this weekend, definitely.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. Well,
and then the slow, painful process of editing it.
What, the beer or the?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm thinking. Sorry, it's been a long day. All right,
mate. It has been a long day. That's for sure.
The beer and the videos is fine. Yeah. You should do some videos on your beer making.
Well,
because you do that for your chilies, don't you?
I do, yeah. I've got a chili channel.
Yeah.
Called the Chili Northerner. If anybody wishes to actually go and see what I do in my little back garden. No, Tim's got a little. I think, Tim, your YouTube channel's still going, isn't it? Darkvale Brewer or Brewers on YouTube, where Tim does his own little, shows you how he puts his kits together. It's great. It's a great little activity. I love it.
Yeah, I presume he does still. So we have another comment from Bobo. Ghost hunting has become oversaturated now. People feel they need to make stuff up, keep people interested.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that is life, really. No one, if they've got a choice, they're going to go to the boring channel, are they? Unfortunately, that's just the way life is. You want to see something exciting,
Yeah.
And it's a shame, because once you really get to know the people that are doing the boring channels, you realise that they're doing it properly.
Yeah.
And it is, people just need to.
I got a few comments a couple of years ago that from the same. I don't know if it was a bloke or a woman, to be fair, but it was, because it wasn't actually like it was just like an odd name, to be fair. But he would comment on my videos. He or she would comment on my videos saying, "Nothing happened here. Nothing happened here. Nothing happened here. Nothing happened."
Oh wow!
It's just like, well, nothing did happen. What do you expect?
Well done.
Yeah, well done.
You can see.
Yeah. Nothing happened there. Well, that's just it, isn't it? Nothing does happen most of the time.
Exactly. So obviously, sorry, I don't know if you can say something.
No.
The time that you used to take to doing the ghost hunts, going out filming, what has replaced that time? Have you replaced it? Obviously, you do your chili channel. Will your new channel replace some of that?
Yeah, I think it will. I found myself prattling about the house, doing much about nothing. To be fair, you just. But I've got plenty of little jobs that need doing in the house. That's the thing. And I mean, the winter time is like the perfect time to do it, because obviously you're meant to do these things whilst the weather's crap outside, and you get all these DIY jobs done on the inside.
Yeah.
I mean, my good lady will have me decorating through the whole house. I'm guarantee it. But there's a few rooms in our home that definitely need doing, and the kitchen being one of them, and the bathroom being the other. But so yeah, I wonder if I get through this winter by avoiding them. I'm not too sure. Yeah, we'll do that next weekend, love.
Yeah, that's fine.
What's happened here? Shouting. The ship. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's the thing, though. Yeah, it's so. Guys, any of you got any comments, questions for Mark before we wrap this up? Please put them in the comments so we can read them out, and hopefully we'll be able to answer them for you. So I've got a couple more questions, Mark, if that's all right.
Yeah, carry on, man.
Cool. So if you could sum up your experience in the paranormal, how would you do it? What would it be? Positive? Would it be negative?
I would say definitely positive. I may not have actually I may not have actually caught any ghosts on camera, which is what I actually wanted to do, to show people that these things do actually exist. I may not have actually done that, but I kept true to myself about being honest about what I actually put down as footage on the camera, and that for me is by far better than actually just faking stuff. But the be all and end all of it all is, in the 4.5, 5 years that I've been doing this, I have met some absolutely wonderful, wonderful people, and I haven't met you in the flesh yet, Mickey. But
Not yet.
Not yet. But I class you as one of them as well. I mean, I used to watch your stuff before I started ghost hunting. So there we go. Yeah, you were part of that influence as well.
Could I tempt you out on a ghost hunt one time with me?
I don't know. I know I actually would like to, and that's nothing against you, Mickey. But I mean, I've had Steve and Griff have invited me as well. I haven't invited me, but they've said we'll have to get you out. Ghost on Trent have said the same, and I'm thinking, well, I don't know, I might just be the biggest killjoy on the whole goddamn investigation, to be fair. But I don't think my heart's not really, my mind is not doing paranormal investigations anymore. I've as far as I'm concerned, I've satisfied that itch of mine, and I'm not particularly interested in going out doing more.
Just to chat in the pub, then.
Yeah,
with coffee.
Chat in the pub over a couple of pints with like-minded people about their experiences whilst doing this kind of thing. I quite happily do that, to be fair.
Yes, Diane.
Yes,
I will do. Awesome.
Yeah. Me and Diane have been wanting to get a pint together for quite some time there now, haven't we, Diane? It's been on the cards for quite some time, but things keep on getting in the way.
Yeah, unfortunately, like life, jobs.
Yeah.
Gaylor said, "I've watched the series Victorian Murder Club with Lucy Orsley. You would think there is an activity in places of crime."
You would think there is activity in... Yes, you would do, yeah. I mean, I always used to think one of my theories behind yeah, we'll try again, Diane. One of my theories behind such things like that. So I go back to the and I did actually mention this in one of my this passage in one of my intros. I can't remember which one was on there now, but basically it's the same passage at the beginning of the film called The Grudge.
Yeah.
Which is basically, if a person is violently, if there's a violent death in that place, then if you believe the person has a soul, then that soul could have an unfinished business there, and be trapped there for a time being. It was at the beginning of the E30 East Drive video that I did. That's where I put that passage. So I nicked that one from The Grudge, but I thought it was quite apt for things like East Drive, where supposedly things still exist there to a certain point.
What do you think of East Drive? Because it definitely splits opinion.
I'm going to give my opinion about it. I think if you were going to believe that something was there, there's only one of a few places that I visited that I could probably think, yep, I think there could possibly something be there, and I think, and for some reason, I think 30 East Drive is one of those places. A lot of people don't like it because they think it's like a big cash cow. It's just a money-making thing. But, they've kept their prices, and I actually just checked. They've kept their prices the same for the last 3 or 4 years there now. So I think you pay about £300 for an overnight stay during the week and about £400 for a weekend night.
Yeah.
And that's been the same for the past 3 or 4 years. So if you're going to do that kind of thing, you're going to go there with like a couple of people, 3 or 4 people kind of thing. Then what's that going to be? During the week, £75 each, and you go and you get to experience. I'm not saying but I think people think with 30 East Drive that they're going to go there and things are going to just start flying off the bloody walls at any given time. But it's not.
That's Most Haunted's fault.
Well, it is, yeah. You getting dragged up there, getting dragged upstairs.
Female energy. I've only been there with males, Diane, and the 4 times I've been there, virtually nothing happened. So that could be the case, I suppose.
Yeah. And and Diane, I think Diane's right there, to be fair. I've seen, if you want to call it activity, I've seen things happen. I've heard things happen, because you never actually see anything, but you hear things more when there seems to be females there. I don't know. I think Woodchester Mansion is another one of those places as well. That could well be something there. And I also think, and this kind of goes against what I always preach, kind of thing about about abandoned places, because I always say I don't go to them. I've been to one, and I've been to the same one 3 times, and that's that place in North Wales, that old Georgian mansion, that derelict Georgian mansion. It's just an unbelievable place. So the atmosphere is just unbelievable. It really is. I've never felt anything quite like it, and maybe that's because it is abandoned. I mean, I'm just giving my opinion on it.
Yeah, psychologically, you don't know what's going to happen. Who's there? Who's been there? Is someone going to turn up?
But the history of it is unbelievable. And I'd really delved deep into the history of it, and I got actually people to do it with me as well. Historians to actually get to delve into it with me, and we uncovered some fantastic stuff. Really interesting place.
Yeah, I'd like to go back to locations like that. There's a few that you see online, like from Urbex people, and you think, wow, that looks well cool. But then obviously, like we say, there's a risk of getting caught, getting in trouble, hurting yourself, falling through floor.
Yeah.
So it's not the best.
It's not.
So, Mark, I think we'll wrap it there.
Okay, mate.
So, thank you so much for joining me this evening. It's been an honour for you to come back and have a nice little chat about the paranormal, the good, the bad, and why you left. So, thank you so much for that.
No, thank you, Mickey. Thanks very much for having me on. I really appreciate it, mate. I really do. And thanks very much to everybody in chat as well.
Yeah, you guys have been awesome tonight. Lots of views. So, where can people contact you? I suppose you're still under Dead Cold at the moment.
I am still, obviously. I mean, when I switch channels, the YouTube channel will still be there. The Dead Cold channel will still be there. I'm not going to take it down. The videos will still stay there if anybody ever wants to revisit them. So yeah, that's that. And obviously the social media ones, Dead Cold Tales, it's called at the moment, on Instagram and on Facebook. You'll find me there, and they will change when the YouTube channel when the new YouTube channel comes out.
Awesome. So make sure you stay tuned for that new stuff, guys.
Thanks very much, folks. Really enjoyed the chat with everybody in chat. Thanks very much indeed.
Yeah, as I said, thank you so much, Mark. You've been an awesome guest, as always. Great friend, and I'll speak to you in a bit, mate. See you later.
Ta.
So there we go, guys. The return of Mark. What an awesome gentleman he is. Please go and subscribe to his Dead Cold Tale social media channels, and stay tuned for the new stuff. If you like his old stuff, this new stuff is going to blow your mind. It's going to be awesome. So yeah, make sure you stay tuned and keep a lookout for Mark's new stuff. And thank you for joining me, the first podcast back of 2026. There's another guest next week. We have Michael Roberts. I don't know if you guys know him. He is the person behind America Laura, Scariest Places, the sitcom Morbid. I think that's being refilmed, so stay tuned for that. And I've worked with him in an old paranormal show back in the day, so stay tuned for that next Tuesday. He says Sunday. Next Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. I'll see you guys there. Thank you. You guys are awesome. I love you all. And I'll see you next week. See you later.